Hello and welcome everyone to a DuraSpace community webinar. My name is Christy Searle and I will be facilitating today's session. A few housekeeping items before we get started. For your convenience, there is a Q&A feature located on your menu. At the end of the presentation today, we will be taking questions from our audience and we will ask you to post your questions in the Q&A at that time. Today's webinar is being recorded, and both the recording and the slides will be made available after the presentation at duraspace.org. We are pleased to have you with us today for our webinar, DuraCloud in 2018. Joining us is Heather Greer-Klein, the Services Coordinator for DuraSpace. Heather manages the suite of DuraSpace service offerings, which include DuraCloud, DSpace Direct, and Archives Direct. She administers the lead to sales process, supports new customers in onboarding and training, and also provides customer service to ensure successful management of our customers and continued growth of the services. Today, she will be sharing with us what's new with DuraCloud and what's next for the software and the service. Thank you for being with us today. Heather, I will turn it over to you.
Thanks, Christy. Hi, everyone. As Christy said, I'm Heather Greer-Klein. I'm a librarian by training, and I'm the Services Coordinator at DuraSpace. So today, I'll be giving you an overview of our DuraCloud service and also what's new and what's next for both the software and the service. So today, we're going to cover sort of what DuraCloud is and the types of subscriptions available for the DuraCloud service it's offered by DuraSpace, how the service relates to and integrates with other hosted and local preservation services, and I'll also provide some updates, including some new partnerships and new activities we've undertaken in 2018, and I'll give you a peek at what's next on the DuraCloud roadmap. We'll also have time for questions at the end. So what is DuraCloud? DuraCloud is an easy-to-use digital content preservation storage service. DuraCloud enables your institution to store content with expert commercial cloud storage providers or in a national academic preservation network, while adding lightweight features that ensure data integrity and billing that is simple and predictable. So DuraCloud can store any type of file of any size, and you can add additional storage at any time. So it's a flexible solution for many different use cases. DuraCloud also offers an option for automatic duplication of content to a secondary storage system. So this allows for 2 cloud-based preservation items to be updated in one process. So what makes DuraCloud different from other preservation storage options or other cloud storage options? So DuraCloud is designed to meet the preservation storage needs of cultural heritage institutions. The DuraCloud software is open source and it integrates with popular open source software like DSpace, Archivematica, and Archiveit. DuraCloud makes it easy to move content from local storage to DuraCloud storage without requiring assistance from your local IT staff. So DuraCloud has a desktop tool called the Sync tool that lets you move content from your local storage to DuraCloud. You can do this all at once or on an ongoing basis. The Sync tool has options for both a graphical user interface or command line option, and there's also a fully documented REST API for DuraCloud. So no matter what level of technical expertise your staff might have, there's an easy way for them to move content from local storage up into DuraCloud. DuraCloud performs automated MD5 bit integrity checks to ensure that your content remains exactly the same while it's in storage. These health checks are run at least twice yearly on content that's in DuraCloud, and DuraCloud provides an audit log or a full list of events and a manifest, a full list of all the content for every content space with all the items and checksums. DuraCloud from DuraSpace is supported by DuraSpace staff, including staff who contribute to the development of the software. So during onboarding, we make sure that you understand how to use DuraCloud, and we help you find the best approach for your content and your local workflows. And we provide friendly ongoing support via email. So some things to be aware of if you're considering how DuraCloud might fit into your local workflow is that DuraCloud provides long-term content storage with integrity checking. So any content that you put into DuraCloud is preserved exactly as is. Even the original directory structure is preserved, so you can replicate it later. So this allows DuraCloud to be very flexible and useful for storing any type of file at any stage of processing. But DuraCloud does not provide preservation microservices or an interface for public access to your content. The interface is for staff only. If you're looking for standards-based preservation workflows for your content, DuraCloud integrates with Archivematica and with our hosted Archivematica service called Archives Direct. So with Archivematica or with Archives Direct, you can customize preservation workflows based on the OAIS model. You can perform microservices like file type validation, and you can produce standards-based metadata. Your archival information packages can then be sent directly to DuraCloud for the preservation storage. If you're looking for an open source institutional repository to make your content available to users, DuraCloud integrates with DSpace software, both locally hosted or via our hosted DSpace Direct service. DSpace Direct is an excellent option if you're looking for a way to organize your content and make it accessible, with DuraCloud in the background to automatically back up your content. So if you're interested in learning more about either of these services, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me directly. I'll have my email address listed on the last slide of the presentation. So one common question that I get about the DuraCloud service is which subscription an organization should choose. So there's 3 questions to ask when you're considering which subscription might be right for you. So first, you want to decide what type of cloud storage you need, and then how much storage you'll require, especially for your first year of service. And then also think about your local workflow. So that is, where is the content now, and who will be responsible for moving it into DuraCloud? So first, storage options. The most commonly used type of storage for DuraCloud service customers is storage in Amazon Web Services S3, or AWS. So AWS is consistently ranked as the leading cloud infrastructure provider, and DuraCloud is designed so that all content is stored, at least initially, in Amazon S3. This is the content on which the bit integrity checks that are part of DuraCloud are run, at least 2 times per year. This content is always instantly available for download to authorized staff at your institution. This content can also be made publicly available so that you can link to content that you're storing in DuraCloud on a public website, or you can stream it through an audio or video player. So optionally, your content can also be automatically duplicated to another Amazon Web Services storage option called Amazon Glacier. Content in Glacier provides the security of another copy in a separate cloud storage infrastructure. The Glacier copy is not accessible via the DuraCloud interface. It's meant to be a backup for your Access copy that you're storing in Amazon S3. One reason to select this additional copy option is that if an integrity health check indicates there's a problem with a content item that you've stored in S3, the system will automatically check the copy in Glacier and can use it to automatically repair the copy in S3. If there's no Glacier backup present, our system alerts DuraSpace staff, who contact your account administrator about any integrity issues that are identified with your content. That way, a local copy can be used to replace the S3 copy. Alternatively, your organization may have content that does not need to be accessible unless there's a failure of a local copy. Chronopolis is a different kind of storage option, and it provides a cost-effective, non-commercial, geographically distributed preservation storage option. Chronopolis was instituted in 2007 and was originally funded by the Library of Congress's NDIPP program. This is a network with partners including the University of California, San Diego, the National Center for Atmospheric Research, and the University of Maryland Institute for Advanced Computer Studies. Chronopolis is a dark archive, meaning access to the data on Chronopolis servers is restricted to system administrators at each node. It's not accessible unless you request it. This makes Chronopolis an excellent option to ensure long-term preservation storage of master copies when access copies are stored elsewhere. When you choose Chronopolis as your storage option, your content is initially stored in Amazon S3. This creates a sort of staging area where you can add, remove, and organize all of your content. Once your content is uploaded and ready to be sent to Chronopolis, with a click of a button, your content goes into the network. And a manifest remains in the DuraCloud interface, so you know which files you've sent to Chronopolis. And if you ever need to retrieve content, you can make the request from the DuraCloud interface. There is a retrieval fee to pull content from the Chronopolis network. So this is why it's best for content that you're not going to need to access unless something happens to a locally stored content item or to content that you might have in DuraCloud S3. So once you know what storage type is right for your organization, you'll choose a subscription type based on how much content you need to store in DuraCloud. So our smallest subscription is called the preservation subscription, and it's designed for new preservation programs or for small organizations. The preservation subscription uses Amazon S3 or Amazon S3 with Glacier secondary storage, and it allows for between 1 and 5 terabytes of content in storage. With a preservation subscription, there's no administrative access, so you're limited to up to 5 content spaces and up to 5 users who have read-write access. So they can add content to DuraCloud and they can remove content from DuraCloud, but this removes the administrative features that would allow you to create groups and roles and additional spaces. So this is great for smaller repositories, for programs that are just getting started with preservation, or for new Archivit integrations. Archivit integrations tend to only need 1 space, and they are pretty automatic. They don't need a lot of staff intervention. So it makes sense to set up 1 space, 1 person with access, and that Archivit integration, and let your website just be archived into DuraCloud without a lot of staff interfacing. So you don't need those administrative features. So for greater amounts of content or for institutions that require more flexibility, we have our enterprise subscription. So with the enterprise subscription, you have options to go with Amazon S3, S3 with Glacier secondary storage, or the Chronopolis network for your storage providers. You can store up to 19 terabytes of content, and you have full administrative access control. So you can designate administrators in your organization who can create new content spaces. They can assign those spaces to specific users or groups of users and assign permissions to those spaces. So this is great for established programs or for use across departments where you'd like to limit access to only certain content spaces for certain departments or certain groups of people. And it allows for greater control and flexibility. Something new in 2018 is our large subscription option. This is designed for customers who have 20 or more terabytes of content. So we've redesigned how these subscriptions work, and they're designed for the increased support required when you have a larger amount of content in DuraCloud, and also passes along greater storage savings. So this is available for Amazon S3, S3 with Glacier, and or Chronopolis. The full administrative access control is available for the large subscription, although it's optional. This is great for large institutions and for multiple large repositories and collections across departments where you know you're going to need 20 or more terabytes of storage. And it makes it very easy for us to pass along the storage savings that comes when you have a greater amount of content to store. So the DuraCloud workflow is very straightforward. You'll be moving content from local storage, either a local drive or network drive. There's a lot of options for how to move that content. There's a web interface for DuraCloud. There's that desktop sync tool or command line, and then there's also the full REST API. You have an option to do a single pass of uploading content, or you can continuously sync content. So this can be a single file that you watch for any changes or an entire directory that you sync with DuraCloud. It makes it very easy and flexible to designate what content locally should also be backed up in DuraCloud. And then there are those integrations that I mentioned before. So there's integrations with DSpace, Fedora, Archiveit, and Archivematica. Make it very easy for you to move content from those pieces of open source software and into DuraCloud. So what's new with DuraCloud in 2018? One thing that's been really exciting for us on the DuraCloud and Services team is we took part in the Mozilla Foundation's Open Leadership Training Program. We had a project called Open Sourcing DuraCloud Beyond the License, and it aimed to develop strategies and communication techniques to foster greater engagement and collaboration around the DuraCloud open source software. The DuraCloud open source software is the basis of the DuraCloud service. So as part of this leadership training program, we developed a new GitHub repository for our DuraCloud software and a fully developed README. And we developed opportunities to contribute to the project for both technical staff and non-technical staff. So there's ways you can contribute to DuraCloud with developing documentation and training and providing use cases and other ways to participate in our open source project without necessarily needing to be a Java developer. We've made it very easy to submit suggestions and use cases and to provide feedback. And this includes any DuraCloud feature development that you'd like to see as part of our roadmap. We've made it very easy to contribute that feedback. And this is all part of developing a larger open source community around our DuraCloud software. So another new 2018 development that we're very excited about is our new partnership with ForScience. ForScience is now offering DuraCloud services as a certified DuraSpace partner. This partnership facilitates delivery of DuraCloud preservation and content storage services in Europe, complying with the European Commission General Data Protection Regulation, or the GDPR, and offering application support in additional time zones and languages. We're really excited about this. ForScience is an active participant of the DSpace open source repository community and a member of our DuraSpace registered service provider program. We're really thrilled to be working with them to expand DuraCloud service into Europe. So if this service sounds right for you and your organization, please don't hesitate to get in touch with them directly, or you can get in touch with me and I'll be happy to get you in touch with them. We're also continuing our partnership with the Texas Digital Library. The Texas Digital Library offers DuraCloud at TDL. It's DuraCloud services just for TDL members. So if you're a TDL member, you can get in touch with TDL to set up DuraCloud services. They have their own DuraCloud infrastructure and that we have helped with, and they're actively contributing to the DuraCloud code, and we're really excited to continue this partnership. We're also continuing our partnership with DEEPN, the Digital Preservation Network. As part of the Digital Preservation Network, members have access to DuraCloud Vault. DuraCloud Vault is a deposit option. It allows for easy deposit into the DEEPN network with bit integrity checking on ingest. So this just uses the DuraCloud software and service to move content into the Digital Preservation Network. And it allows for reporting in the DuraCloud interface as content moves through the DEEPN network. So if you are a DEEPN member or interested in becoming a DEEPN member, you can get in touch with the Digital Preservation Network directly or get in touch with me, and I'm happy to facilitate that. So what's next for DuraCloud? So one thing that we're working on and continuing after our Mozilla leadership training program is open source community growth. So we have regular contributor meetings now with the organizations that are contributing to the DuraCloud software. We're organizing a contributor-supported user interface usability study for the DuraCloud web and sync tool UI. We're working to define a committer policy, And we're looking to continue to pursue other partnerships and other ways to get the DuraCloud service into other regions of the globe, or working with other partners, other consortia, and so forth. We're looking to establish a process for contributing community use cases and requirements. And we're supporting the Digital Preservation Declaration of Shared Values. We're also encouraging contribution, so you can help, you can contribute feedback and use cases and ideas, and you can also join us in development of DuraCloud through our GitHub page. The other part of our roadmap is software improvements. So we're looking to support multi-part uploads. This will allow large files to be viewed and retrieved in DuraCloud as a single file rather than as a set of chunks. So this is taking advantage of some new features of AWS infrastructure, and we're hoping to roll this out later this year. We're also updating DuraCloud media streaming. So we're going to replace the current RTMP streaming, which is Flash-based, with HLS, which will support HTML5 viewers. So we expect that this will be ready by the fall of 2018, and it's an exciting improvement to DuraCloud interface. We're also working to develop some new video tutorials. So we currently have some longer video tutorials that we use for onboarding new DuraCloud customers. We're going to develop some short videos that cover specific features and processes. We're going to include closed captioning on those videos, and we're going to create training playlists that are organized by role. So we'll have training playlists just for DuraCloud administrators and also some playlists just for DuraCloud users. And this will be, I think, will be complete by the end of summer of 2018. So we would love to help you get to know anything you'd like to know about DuraCloud. You can sign up for a demo account, and this is a 12-hour demo account that allows you to download the sync tool and see how you can move content locally into DuraCloud. We have a DuraCloud guide linked from DuraCloud.org, and this walks through technical details and the full documentation of the DuraCloud software and anything that you might want to know about how DuraCloud works. And you can also get in touch with us directly for a quote or for more information, or if you'd like a phone call or a webinar. Info@DuraCloud.org is the best way to get in touch.
Thank you very much, Heather. At this time, we would like to hear from you. What questions do you have for Heather regarding any of the DuraSpace services? DuraCloud, she mentioned Archives Direct, DSpace Direct. We have the Q&A window available at the bottom of your control panel, or you can use the chat feature that is located there. So don't be shy and go ahead and post your questions now.
Thanks, Christy. And thanks for your attention, everyone. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And while you're writing up your questions in the Q&A box, I wanted to make sure that you're aware of a new DuraCloud discount that's available this year for the first time as part of our 2018 membership campaign, which raises funds to support the continued advancement of our DuraSpace open source projects, so DSpace, Fedora, Vivo, and Kazray. This year, if you become a new member of DuraSpace at either the silver, gold, or platinum level, you'll automatically become eligible for DuraCloud price reductions for the first year of service. So please become a DuraSpace member and help build bridges to worldwide open scholarship. You can learn more at duraspace.org/membership.
Oh, I do apologize. I've been speaking to y'all and I've been on mute. We do have a question from Kristen who wants to learn a little bit more about Archives Direct.
Sure. So Archives Direct is a hosted instance of Archivematica software. Let me actually jump back to that slide. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So Archives Direct is a service that we offer in partnership with Artifactual Systems. It is a standard-based digital preservation software as a service. It allows you to create a customized preservation workflow based on the OAIS model. So this includes things like performing virus scans and file type validation, file normalization, creating standard-based metadata, so premise and METS metadata. When you sign up for Archives Direct, you work directly with Artifactual Systems. They're the experts in they developed Archivematica, which is an open source system. They provide you with training and consultation and help you set up the right local workflows for you. And after you've processed content through Archivematica, you have these archival information packages. And with Archives Direct, or if you were to install Archivematica locally, you can automatically connect it to DuraCloud. There's an integration with DuraCloud. So all of those AIPs, those information packages are stored in DuraCloud or backed up in DuraCloud. You can also store them locally. And so I'm happy to provide quotes or more information or to connect you directly with the folks at Artifactual Systems. If you have specific preservation process questions, they're always happy to help. An Archives Direct subscription starts at $9,999, and it includes up to 1 terabyte of storage in DuraCloud, and you can add additional storage as well.
And I think it's important to point out as well that all of our services on the website have forms that you can submit, whether it's to get some more information or have a question answered, as well as to get a quote based on your specific needs. So by all means, we encourage you to visit duraspace.org, which will then take you to our various services and also projects that we offer. Any other questions from our audience? All right. Well, at this time, on behalf of DuraSpace, I would like to thank all of you for being a part of today's information session, and a special thanks to Heather for presenting us with the information. As I mentioned earlier, this session has been recorded and will be made available on duraspace.org by the end of the week. And in addition, we will be posting it on our DuraSpace YouTube channel. So we encourage you to check that out. And by all means, please contact Heather if you have any additional questions about DuraCloud or any of our services. That concludes today's session. Thank you very much for attending, and please enjoy the rest of your day.